Kris Wise here with Wise About Flower Mound, and I'm here with Elena Johnston with Inspiration Interiors, and we're going to talk about remodeling, decorating, gosh, all the great things. So tell me, what got you into this business?
I got into this business because it was always a passion of mine.
I understand.
Since I was a young child, like 10, begging Dad to build a dollhouse.
Yes.
And it's still a burning passion that I have. I still can't believe I get to do what I do every day.
Yeah.
So that's when you know you've found
Exactly.
your calling in life.
I can understand that.
Yeah. So I've been working in the Dallas area mostly since 2000, but then I decided to start working where I lived and build community.
I can appreciate that.
in my community. And so I work strictly in the Flower Mound and surround area now. I love working with clients. I love the challenge of every time you ring a doorbell, you don't quite know what you're going to get into.
Yeah.
And that's part of the fun and the excitement for me. I like to try to get into my clients' heads very quickly to see what they want to happen and then hopefully exceed it.
That is awesome. And that truly is, because you want their surroundings to reflect them.
Oh, absolutely.
Not be the one-trick pony that, oh, Elena did this house because they all look the same. You definitely don't want that. So that's cool. That's good. So what do you do to get to know your clients?
Well, I ask them on the front end when we first talk to put some homework together for me. I want to know everything that bothers them, concerns them, and questions they have.
Okay.
So that gives me just a moment before we meet to understand kind of where we're headed. Then I bring 20 years of design experience and my iPad and all my color wheels, and I start asking lifestyle questions.
Oh, that's good.
You know, I'm never going to suggest a white linen sofa to somebody who has 3 dogs and 3 kids. So I try to get their lifestyle figured out. I try to understand what their neighborhood is like as far as, are we over improving, under improving?
And thank you for that, because oh my gosh, nothing worse than somebody puts a $60,000 kitchen in a $150,000 house. And,
right, it's beautiful for them, but you're not going to get the money out of it. And then just managing expectations of what to expect when you remodel. It's not an HGTV 1/2 hour
Wait
show.
a minute, it's not? I thought it was basically a weekend and $1,000.
So, you know, understanding that it's 4 to 6 weeks if it goes well, or 8 to 12 weeks if it doesn't, and what mess to expect, or where to shop and where to source things. So I really like to work, I call it partnering with my clients. So together we're working to get them what they hoped for and then hopefully exceed their expectation.
Exactly. So, gosh, it sounds like your services run the gamut. So are you picking paint colors? Are you remodeling? Are you demo? I mean, what all services do you offer?
I offer a variety of services, and it really is dependent on what the client needs. I always tell them you can use me as much or as little as you desire. So sometimes it's just coming in for an hour consultation, and we're picking out paint colors. We're picking out some furniture via my iPad or accessories, and I leave a detailed list of what to buy. I sketch some things.
Oh, that's good.
Vendors that they might need, like a painter or whatnot. And then sometimes the client's like, I got it. And then sometimes they say, that's great, Elena. Can you please go do that for me? It seems like this last year or so, maybe it's because everyone got stuck in their houses for so long, but I have never done as much remodeling and refreshing as right now. People are like, well, we're not taking the vacation, so we might as well invest in our home. So I work with my trusted contractor or their trusted contractor to pick out all of the finishings and create the design and layout and then execute it with the contractor to get it finished. So right now I've got several projects that are all in various stages of completion. And then I feel like I'm also a part-time psychologist, because as you're going through the remodel, you know, it's anxious ridden at times. And so just to say, this is okay, that is completely natural, this is okay, this is not, let's stop and work together on this. So that's also what I do.
Oh gosh, that is so true. I've been sister, mother, counselor, pastor, marriage counselor. I mean, it's like all kinds of things, so I certainly understand that.
Yes. So it's exciting because you never know day by day what you're going to do. And I also love that because I don't like to be in a rote, doing the same thing every day. So I love that I get to do a modern house and a French country house and then a remodel and then decorating. I love working within a budget. I love when I don't have a budget, but it's all the things.
Right.
So I really love the fun of that.
Oh, that's good. So what's like the craziest thing you've had to do? Or, I mean, what just over the years, has there been either a client that stuck out or just something that, inquiring minds want to know?
Well, nothing too crazy and too dramatic. I mean, I have had to do some, I don't know what you call it, arbitration between builder and client before, between contractor and client before, when things haven't gone well. I don't always get to choose the contractor, and so sometimes I've had to do that, and that would be on the more terse, yucky end of things. But on the really fun and awesome things, I got to work on a house, a new build in Double Oak. I'm pretty sure they built my dream house. And so that was so fun to get to know the family over the several months of the build and pick out all the finishings for their dream home. That was one of my most fun clients and moments to do that.
That is yes, I recently built a house, and it was fun picking stuff out. It also was, I don't want to say a chore, but just knowing, oh my gosh, I'm picking all this stuff out. Is it going to look great all in the end? And
so many details. People don't realize in a new build, if it's not through a semi-custom builder, you're picking out menial things like doorknobs.
The hinges.
And and the door stopper and things that you don't even realize when you're building with, I said, like a track home builder. So
they've got all that. You don't have a choice.
Overwhelming, and you can sometimes lose sight of the end goal, which is the continuity and everything flowing. So sometimes hiring a designer is actually a cost savings measure rather than it's a value add. So I think sometimes it's knowing when to spend a little bit of money on the front end for the larger picture, especially when you're doing a remodel or a refresh. And even paint, you might come home with several little mini gallons or those little quarts, and you spent $75 to $100 where we could have just done that at the front end and narrowed it down to the top two. You've got an A and a B. They're both stellar colors. Which way do you want to go?
Yeah. And that is so true. And really, and I think something that value that you bring into it is making sure that your overall picture is going to look good.
Correct.
Because yes, you can buy one piece of furniture that looks great, but if everything around it doesn't complement it, that's not going to look good. Yes. So to be able to have all the accessories and the paint and the flooring and just everything just really
well, and those showrooms are so large sometimes that the couch seems kind of puny, and then you get it home and it's this behemoth in your room.
And then you're,
so then you've made a 4-digit investment that you feel really angry about. And I don't want that for a client. So I really enjoy working with my clients.
That's good.
I've been very blessed.
Good. So over the years, what new either offerings have you been doing, or what are some, maybe you started out as this and now you've moved in? I mean, I've got several designer type friends who really moved into the remodeling side. Is there an aspect of your business that's really grown?
I would say that when I started out, I did more of the soft furnishings, accessorizing, paint colors, furniture, window treatments. And so it has really blossomed into some commercial, into a lot of remodeling and refreshing. Again, that was something that I did dabble in, but then the volume of which I'm doing it now, and I almost enjoy that more. Demo day. I mean, Chip Gaines is right. Demo day is really fun, and just seeing your vision that you partnered with your client come to life, and what I saw in my head coming to fruition, it's so exciting. I really enjoy that offering.
That is. Well, I mean, homes certainly in the Flower Mound area are getting old. You know, we've got Wellington was in the mid to early 90s, and then Broadwood was in the late 90s, 2000s. And those homes, some of them are looking kind of sad and tired. So they need some major remodeling.
Well, and trends usually refresh about every 10 years. So what you put in about 10 years ago is probably time for an update. Not always. A good hardwood floor rarely goes out of style. But paint colors need to be freshened up because we brush against the wall, damage things crack and break. So about every 10 years, it's time to look at your home and say, what can I do to add value, to have enjoyment from it, and to be proud of where I live and want to invite family and friends in and feel good about it.
Exactly. So what's some of the cheapest things that somebody could do to update their home?
Well, definitely paint. A little paint goes a long way. Ceilings that were colored, maybe tan or brown, that was very popular 10 years ago. It's time to get those painted white. It brings light in. It reflects the light of the lamps in the room well. Light bulbs go a long way. Under the counter lighting in your kitchen. Boy, that adds so much value to the chef. And then the bulbs. If you have yellow bulbs and they're more of the warm side, I'd have you upgrade those, to the bright white daylight, the natural daylight. That bluer light just really, it brightens up the house tremendously. So paint and lighting are really crucial.
Yeah, that is so true. You think about a lot of times, in real estate, the photography that we use, sometimes we'll bring in lights for the home if it's a darker home, and even the homeowners will say, my home's never been this bright.
Yes.
And it's like, I know, but we want to show it the best that we possibly can.
Sure.
So yeah, lighting and paint makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. And I like to tell my homeowners, please don't use flat paint.
Yes.
Only on the ceilings, because they don't wash well. There's only a few paint manufacturers that offer a washable flat. But go with a satin finish or eggshell. It's equivalent, comparable. And then I'll give your viewers just a little hint of where I like to shop for light bulbs. You can go to the big box store for sure, but I also enjoy using A to T lamps off 35, where the Home Depot Lowe's are across the street.
In Highland Village?
No, it's in Louisville, right by the Ford dealership. But they have everything under the sun.
Really?
Now it's a little bit of a hot mess in there. You have to use somebody there to show you where it is. But they know where everything is. They just have so much crammed into one little store. But it's a great place for under the A to T lamps. So there's a little tip, y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I love going there for under counter lighting, for specialty bulbs, things that you wouldn't find, at the local Walmart.
Exactly. Okay. Well, great.
Those are very inexpensive ways to update.
Oh, definitely.
And brighten and lighten up your house.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So this is so exciting to get to meet Elena and just talk about, real estate trends and just, remodeling, because some of our homes, it might be 20 years old and it's time to do a big remodel. So think about Elena when you're thinking about what you might want to do, and certainly give her a call and have a consult with her, because she can save you money. I can tell you that. A good designer will be able to save you money, because it saves you from yourself. It saves you from making a bad choice and then either living with something that you've spent too much money on, or having to buy it again because you bought the wrong thing. So definitely give Elena a call. So once again, I'm Kris Wise with Wise About Flower Mound, and we are so excited to get to talk with you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.